shelves, and we're gonna start with the top here. So if this is something you'd like to watch, please stay. Please subscribe, drop a like, a comment, maybe. I've been really enjoying what we have here. Let me go close that window, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've taken my earphones out just because I felt like they would be in the way. So hopefully everything with the sound goes well, but I'm gonna rewatch this and edit as needed. So this is the top of my bookshelf. As you can see, I have some little plushies here. I have this little bear. His name is Parka. My pépère gave this to me, and he has since passed away, so I like to keep him right there. This is a little cat. I think it's an off-brand Squishmallow. I'm not entirely sure, but I got this from my mom when I graduated. Oh, and there goes little Harry. Let's prop him up here. And then I have this little guy. And of course I'm forgetting what they're called, but they're from Harry Potter as well. Those screaming little... Oh god, I have the name. I just read the second book, which has these little creatures because they help the people that are petrified. Mandrakes. I was gonna say drakens. Mandrakes. Little screaming. What did I just say? Mandrakes. I'm so cooked. I'm not actually. I'm sober. Oh, I have this little squishy guy. I don't know where he came from, but I like to keep him there. As you can see, I have this book here. This is The Ashes in the Star-Cursed King. It is my current read. That's where I keep the current book that I'm reading. And I'm not very far in. I'm about 60 pages in. I just started this last night. I have had a very slow reading month. I'm hoping that I can finish 4 books this month to still kind of film a reading wrap-up for you guys. And this piece is going straight. Perfect. I finished 1 book so far, and it was a novella. So, yeah. Then over here, we have all of my annotation little tabs that I keep. I think I just bought this back off of Amazon. Nothing too special. Oh, I have this little magnet thing. And then moving here, we have, yes, my little Harry Potter with his mandrake in his hands, his little earmuffs and his glasses. And he has a really faint lightning scar here. Then let's do my accessories. So right here I have this bracelet that my dad gave me. It says, "A little girl yesterday, a friend today, my daughter forever." Super sweet. He got that for me quite a bit ago. I have a little selenite tower. This cat that I got that has a little baby kitten inside. I think it's a kitten. It kind of looks like a bunny, to be honest. I think my mom got me this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's hand carved. And then the last thing I have on here that's just not decoration, but is this little journal thing that I use kind of as a scrapbook. And it says, "The adventure begins behind you, all your memories, before you, all your dreams, around you, all who love you, within you, all you need. Embrace the journey ahead with courage and hope." My dad got me this for my graduation. Moving to the books I have displayed on top of here, I have the entire Harry Potter series. So I have the first 3 books that are in a little box set, and then the rest of them. And for some reason I don't have the paperback to Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. These are the Bloomsbury editions. these little, I guess, bookmarks that are little magnets. I have some that are Harry Potter themed here as well. Little wand. This is the Elder Wand. And then over here, another controversial not actress, author. I think my brain is empty today. We have another little bookmark. This I got from Kohl's. I really like this one. The one I'm using right now is one that my dad got me. So, yeah. Anyways, this is the A Court of Thorns, and I said that weird. A Court of Thorns and Roses series. ACOTAR, as you may know it, by Sarah J. Maas. Again, not a good person, from what I hear, which is unfortunate because I really want to read Throne of Glass, but I will not be buying that series with my own money, because I don't want to support her. So, anyways, I've been trying to find, I just grabbed my fingers, I've been trying to find secondhand books of the series, but every time I find them on Facebook, I try to buy them and they sell out anyways. So yeah, anyways, I did really like the series. I heard that the 6th book is coming out. I might have to buy that. Ugh, I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, let's move down to this next shelf. I'm gonna put the mic down right here. Okay, so we're down here now. My roommate did just get home, so I messaged her saying, hey, just so you know, I'm filming. Hopefully that translates. So over here we have very much fantasy. Okay, so I have this trilogy here. This is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and I have them all in paperback. This was gifted to me for Christmas. I haven't read it yet, but I'm very excited to. I'm thinking probably this year I'm gonna get into it, but there's just so many books that I want to read. Then I have 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent, which goes with this series here, but it just didn't fit there, so I put it here. This is my most recent read, so you'll be hearing about it in my August reading wrap-up. Hopefully, if I read more books. I gave it a really good rating. I'm very excited to talk about it. I'm actually going to reread it at some point. Anyways, I'm getting too far into it. Then I have my Fourth Wing collection. I have the hardcover of Fourth Wing, the first book here. I really love this series. I know people either love it or hate it, but honestly, you just have to do it for the vibes. Like, it really just is for the vibes. Like, don't think too much into it, and you'll have a really good time. This is the paperback that I reread when I was preparing for Iron Flame and Onyx Storm. So I tapped it so much. Then we have Iron Flame, which people hated, and then we have Onyx Storm, which I have the special edition, I guess, the sprayed edges. I did also heavily tap this book. Again, people really did not like this book, but it's plot, I don't know. Anyways, moving on here, we have Powerless, Reckless, Fearless, and Powerful. Again, people either love or hate this. I'm probably gonna say this with like every single book or series, but I find this is truly prevalent in fantasy and romantasy specifically. I enjoyed it. Again, I just read for the vibes. I'm not very critical, okay? So I did really enjoy the series. Yeah, I don't care. I loved it. Powerful. Such a good novella. It was amazing. Then we have My Cruel Prince trilogy with The Stolen Heir and The whole series, and I don't feel like buying 2 more books to get to the. Anyways, that's what I have. Lilac, yeah, again, haven't read it. Then we have From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I remember really enjoying the series when I read it about like 3 years ago. I think she's coming out with the 7th book or something. But I have the first one. I read all of the others on my iPad. Just bought them on the bookstore, and then I have A Soul of Ash and Blood, which I think is the 5th or 6th book in the series. And then we have A Shadow in the Ember and A Light in the Flame, which is her kind of prequel series that I haven't read, but I am so excited to read. I've heard such good things about it, but what I want to do is buy all of the physical copies of both series so that I can read them, not in tandem, but I think, you know what I mean, like I read the first 3 books of From Blood and Ash, and then I read Shadow in the Ember, and then I go back, and then it's kind of like back and forth. That's what I want to do. And then we have The Serpent and The Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, and I have the second one here, just the paper dust jacket, because the book is right there. So yeah, that is all for this first little cubicle shelf. Moving on to the second shelf. You're not gonna be able to see me very well, but here we have just kind of like random, and then some romance here. So over here we have my little onion squishmallow. I don't know what her name is, but I'm pretty sure she's a lawyer, so go her. Over here we have just a random mix of books. Not really in any like specific genre. So here we have a little French, like kind of fairy tale book. It's Mon Premier Livre de Contes Québec. Then we have folk and fairy tales. Folk and fairy tales. I needed this book for my last year so that I could read Tolkien's essay on fairy tales. Then we have Where the Crawdads Sing. I started this book actually, but it's kind of scary, so I haven't finished it. Then we have Grow Winter by Karen McBride. This was a really excellent book that I had to read for class. I had a literature on the land class, and this is what we had to read along with The Birchback House right here, which I really liked this book. I think I'm going to continue on the series. I just haven't gone around to it, but it's just so good. Then we have Day You Give. This is one of the first books I like really had in my collection, and I loved it. It's super insightful, and the movie is such a good adaptation. Then we have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I don't know. Again, this was a good read. I think I would reread it. I kind of gave it a low rating. I think I gave it 3 stars, which isn't necessarily low, but I think I just wasn't really in the mood for a kind of philosophical reading. I don't know. Then we have Circe or Circe by Madeline Miller, which was really good. And then similarly, we have The Song of Achilles. I gave this book 5 stars. This is one of the first books that got me back into reading a few years ago, and it was just heart-wrenching. So 5 stars automatically. And then we have just kind of a smaller book here. This is Medusa by Jessie Burton. Have not read this, but Madeline Miller says this is a beautiful and profound retelling. So I'm very excited too. Medusa is very interesting to me, and what she represents and the power that she holds for women who have been abused, assaulted. Anyways, we don't need to get into that. we have The Unhoneymooners and Love in Other Words. Excuse me. Yeah, so okay. I just had to open the door for my cat. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. So we have The Unhoneymooners and Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I gave Love in Other Words 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Don't remember what I gave to The Unhoneymooners, but it was cutesy. It was good. I'd recommend. It was fun. Then we have Wild Love by Elsie Silver, which I have not read. However, this whole series, if you have seen my July reading wrap-up, you'll know exactly how I feel about this series. I read all 5 of these books last month. My favorite is definitely Reckless. I just love Theo. Maybe this is a Theo theme. I love Theo. Yeah, so that is it for the second shelf. Okay, so this is the only other way that I could film this. I'm just crouched down on the floor with the mic and videotaping like this. So here's the last shelf. You see that little bee sticker, right? Perfect. This is a gender and women's studies textbook that I had to pay $100 for my first year. I'm probably gonna try to sell it. Then we have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. These 3 are notebooks. Then we have Holes and Up with the Stars. Those are 2 books that I stole from my 8th grade class because I love them so much. Then we have a French book. This is L'amour qui me reste. I have not read this book, but I'm pretty sure it's a Titanic. Actually, oh no, this is how do you say, not a bibliography, autobiography maybe, of this girl who went to residential school, which is super important history. If you don't know anything about that, I highly suggest doing your research. Then we have Frankenstein by Mary Shelley in the first 2 books in the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. Hi, baby. And then we have The Hobbit and Pride and Prejudice. Okay. Over here we have some more romance reads. We have 2 Colleen Hoover books. Hate Her. I think if the people hate her, I hate her. You know, I'm not really problematic, or how do you say, anyways, I just follow. Okay, so we have Verity and It Ends With Us. 2 books that I think I remember really enjoying. I did enjoy Verity, but you know, she's really controversial, so that's that. I did give away all of the other books that I had by her, and I just couldn't part with these yet. Then we have Pride by Ali Hazelwood. Don't remember what I gave that. And then we have Icebreaker and Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I know the 3rd book is out, and I've been meaning to read it, but I couldn't care about it too much. Then I have Everything, which is something I read like in 8th grade, and it was amazing. I love the movie. Then I have Night Shift by Annie Crown. This was, yeah, by Wattpad Books. I gave it 4 stars. I read it in one night. That's all I say. If you want a good time, like, just pick it up. Then we have Mile High and The Right Move by Liz Dumford, or Dumfordy. I've heard it both ways. I've yet to read these. Same with A Thousand Boy Kisses